on the way back home, and I got a job on a family farm. But times are hard and I can't roam, and I ain't got nothing more. Oh, the company store and the roads look good for sure, but ain't that the way it is?
Charlie Parr's music is honest and inviting. The Minnesota minstrel rolls through his favorite songs, talking, tuning, and telling stories.
The thing that keeps me doing it is the part where you sit down and touch your fingers to the strings.
Share Parr's captivating live performance in this special edition of The Playlist.
Funding for The Playlist is provided by the citizens of Minnesota through the Minnesota Arts and Cultural Heritage Fund.
Park next to the door, now we won't have to walk. And I get past on the highway, past on the sidewalk too. I'm going back to the country to pass a little time with you. You don't sit down for a minute or two. Park next to the door, brother. I'll stare out the window, stare back inside till I'm in legs, but I got nothing better to do. I don't need nothing else to do.
Coffee's gone cold.
Thank you, everybody. All right. That's as far as I got in writing my set list.
When I was a kid, in the living room we had a really, really big Magnavox console stereo. It didn't have the TV in it. It had a large bass speaker, and then it had two smaller speakers. So it sounded really good. And that thing would be on all the time. So I was raised with music playing constantly. Music emanated from everywhere in the house because that thing was so huge. The most contemporary thing my dad would listen to was Johnny Cash. And I heard everything from Johnny Cash back to Jimmy Rogers and Lead Belly and Woody Guthrie. And when I was about 7 and wanted to learn how to play some of this stuff, and no one in Austin knew how to play Man's Lipscomb and Lightning Hopkins songs, you know, I was sitting in the basement listening to these songs over and over again, trying to play them on my guitar, and I guess it was obsession.
Walking along on the side of the road, up behind me, stepping a highway patrol. He said, I don't think I've seen your face around here before.
You know, I've been trying to teach myself how to play guitar now for, well, 30 some odd years, and you know, there's something there that you never quite can get, and it's you know, that's maybe the bad part of the obsession, is I still want that thing, and I may never get it, but you know, that's what it's about for me. It's really kind of selfish and personal, but it's getting at that, whatever that is, on those old records that made, you know, set me on fire. That's what I want, and I haven't gotten it yet, but.
These old ladies, men here to buy the cheap wine. They ain't no better than all these bums come in here to buy the cheap wine. I'm leaning against the counter on a gloomy day. Snow falling clear the sidewalks and the entryway for the old folks, the bums and the hustlers, I can't stand the sight of any of them. I wish I could sell this place. I wish I could buy a boat, and I'd sail away. See all these old ladies, men here to buy the cheap wine. Ain't no better, Lord, ain't no better than all these bums coming in here to buy the cheap wine. I know I ain't got it so bad. I can go home at night. Sometimes I quit drinking when I want, there ain't nobody here to bother me. But there ain't no one here to bother me. I keep the store open past curfew some nights so I don't have to go home. You see all these old ladies, men here to buy the cheap wine. They ain't no better, Lord, they ain't no better than all these bums coming in here to buy the cheap wine. never meant to do anything wrong, do any harm, Lord. But I framed that kid, he wasn't so bright. He was drunk all the time. Anyway, they killed him, not me. I've got a business here to run. I've got property here, and he had nothing. The old lady coming in here to buy the cheap wine. They ain't no better, they ain't no better than all these bums coming in here to buy the sale. Better than all this. That crazy derelict, he can go to hell. I'm better than this. I make my own way. Sometimes I'll open the store an hour before daybreak. Put all the labels facing out. I'm so tired of all the labels. Why don't they just say it? It's old cheap wine. Cheap wine. They ain't no better, Lord. They ain't no better than all these bums coming in here to buy the same. I'm leaning against the counter every day. Snow fall and clear the sidewalks and the entryway.
Cheap wine. Thank you, everybody. I sure appreciate that. Oh, yeah, I got one.
It feels like when a song needs to be written, it kind of starts showing up, and if I'm paying attention to it, I can sit down and get it out and get it, because you can hear it, you know, and if I can hear it, I can kind of play it. And it sounds like I'm insane, but this is actually what's happening. I write it out, and sometimes it's just a story, sometimes it's not really lyrics. I understand what I want to write about. And then I hear the music, and I can get that, and I get it all kind of organized, and then eventually it starts to get finished by me just kind of playing through it a lot.
You kill poor Laura and buried in a shallow grave on the mountainside. Shallow grave on the mountainside.
You know, the song's not written down, and I can't read or write music, so that's not written down. I just know the song now. Somehow it got written, but I'm not really sure how. But I could never sit down every day and write. And frankly, I don't really think of myself as a songwriter. I think of myself as just, you know, kind of some bumbling guy who, you know, gets creative every once in a while.
Save a cent, I gave all of my money to the government. I don't know quite how I got spent, but the bank's coming for my deed. Under the milk can see you let me get my feed for free. Ain't that the way it is? Well, I cut out down a gravel road and I traded my stock for the 8-4. My dad poked 10-9 on the floorboards and that's how to roll down the main boards. The gasoline ain't free and this clutch is wearing out my knee. Ain't that the way it is? I'm in the woman pole, even met a mother and a better Paul. But a brother told me, bust my jaw, I talked to his sister again. Told me I wouldn't win and there's blood running out of my chin. But ain't that the way it is? So I spent all night on a bathroom floor, and I woke this morning my head was sore. My pockets empty, but I want some more. And the barman got my car. Tabs worth more by far, and I'll leave it down at the bar and say, ain't that the way it is? Hitched me around on the way back home, and I got a job on a family farm. But times are hard and I can't roam, and I ain't got nothing more. Oh, the company store and the roads look good for sure, but ain't that the way it is? I worked all summer, couldn't save a cent. I gave all of my money to the government. I don't know quite how I got spent, but the bank's coming for my deed, and the man at the mill can't see me to making my feed for free. Ain't that the way it is?
Thank you, everybody. That's a song I wrote for my dad. I wrote it kind of a long time ago. Nowadays, maybe I'm getting tired of it. I play it faster and faster just to get it over with, I think.
The thing that keeps me doing it is the part where you sit down and touch your fingers to the strings. That's the part that keeps me coming back. It doesn't matter if I get to play at the Brew House or if I get to play at Sacred Heart Music Center, you know, they're both amazing places, but when you sit down and touch the strings, everything else kind of closes off and you get to play.
Put me on a bus, headed out to County Farm, and the train whistle blows, here's 1,000 miles from my home, and 25 years left to carry my load. I ain't gonna see my wife no more.
I played 6 hours, 7 hours, 8 hours a day. If anybody let me, I'd just sit and play all day. And eventually that's caught up to me, and now I have to be a little more careful because my hands are giving me some problems. So nowadays, if I don't have a show, I'll get to play for about an hour a day. And if I do have a show, it's maybe as much as 4 hours a day, but it's different now. I'm getting a little older, I guess.
I put new strings on for you guys, so this is kind of your fault. This is called I Dreamed I Saw Jesse James Last Night.
Money in there, reports and mail that I'll never see. Money in there that I'll never see. Can't ride no train unless 4 hours for free. Well, I work all day, save away, but my money's not my own. I work all day, but my money's not my own. Feed the kids, when I sleep at night, tossing to and I'm a dreaming about Jesse James. When I sleep at night, I'm a dreaming about Jesse James. Rob that train, brother, right away. Well, when I lay awake, Ned Kelly's on my mind. When I lay awake, Ned Kelly's on my mind. Up them old tracks, let the police ride. I put on my boots and I got my hat and I whispered my wife's name. I put on my boots and I whispered my wife's name. Pulled on my 410, now I went to meet that train. Yeah, I'm on the tracks, my rifle's cocked, but she ain't slowing down. I'm on the track, boys, but she ain't slowing down. She ain't gonna stop, no more heaven bound.
Thank you, everybody. My friend Baby Grant Johnson is a 12-string player. He always tells me, look, if it sounds like it's a little out of tune, just don't mess with it, because as soon as you start touching those things, you're going to have to touch all of them.
My dad left home at 14 years. He's gone to find his way. He left again when I was 25. This time I'm going to stay. I don't feel welcome around here. I don't feel at home. This whole world has brought me low. Made me live all alone. I have walked miles and years until I was lost and alone, like a Mastodon buried in the snow, never found its way home. I don't feel welcome around here. I don't feel at home. This whole world has brought me low, made me live all alone. I'm older and I look like all the rest, easy to be ignored. I wander free on my side of the fence, separate the ridge from the ford. I don't feel welcome around here. I don't feel at home. This whole world has brought me low, made me live all alone. I die, don't you bury me at all. No coffin and no stone. You may leave me like a mastodon buried in the snow. Don't feel welcome around here. Don't feel at home. This whole world has brought me low. Made me live all alone.
Funding for the playlist is provided by the citizens of Minnesota through the Minnesota Arts and Cultural Heritage Fund and by viewers like you.